Hello everybody, welcome to the channel and welcome to another feature from the Motorcycle Bunker. Right then, so this is just going to be a little video of me and my ct110 tick over issues, carb issues. So I'm not sure if you've watched the video when I went to Marlborough. I was having problems with the tick over. It wouldn't tick over, it was revving too high and all this good stuff. I got back, tried to sort it out, went through all the videos on the tube of the U, trying to sort it out with the mixture screws and the idle screws, all the different ways of doing it. There's loads of videos on there. I've tried everything and still no good. So there's a guy on YouTube called Free Ranger Honda CT110, really good channel. It's a Brit guy living in Australia, mate, an older guy. He knows his stuff and he does a load of videos on repairs and this, that, and the other with the postie bikes. He was talking about carbs and issues with tick over, blah, blah, blah. He described my symptoms and he just said basically the carb might just be worn out. And rather than buy a carb service kit, which you can do, he said it's probably just as cheap or just as effective to buy a new carb for the bike. So he went through the different types of carbs you can buy and saying, don't get this because this is crap for this reason. Don't get that for this reason. And he's pointed me in the direction of the carb, which, or not me, but he points you in the direction of a carb which you should go for. So I took his lead. I bought the carb. I think it was 22 quid from eBay. And it's arrived and I'm going to fit that. So let's go and have a look at the carb now. One thing which I just forgot to mention on my intro piece, I was looking for an owner's manual for the little postie. There's people selling them on YouTube, e-copies, and you get them on a disc or on a dongle, ranging from 8 quid on a disc and 14 quid from a dongle. Anyway, I found a website, I forgot what it's called now, I've registered with it, and you can download the official Honda shop manual for CT90 and 110. Okay, there's a lot of pages, but I've downloaded the workshop manual for the bike. Bloody brilliant. Freebie. All it cost me was work paper and work printer and work printer ink. So yeah, really chuffed for that. So this is the carb I got from eBay, based on what Free Ranger said. He did say don't go for the ones with no markings on the slide chamber. And now when this was listed on eBay, it had like what looked like a KN label or KN name on there, but when the carb has come, there's nothing on there. However, there is some weight to that, so I'm not getting too stressed about that. I did buy one for the Cub ages ago because I've been problems when I swapped the engine. I changed the carb, and I got one from eBay, and there was nothing to it. Well, a good fart, and it would have blown away. This one, there is some bloody weight in that, and I'm quite chuffed with that. So that is a carb. Comes with the pipes. All I've got to do now is fit that. So I've taken the center cover off. I've drained the fuel. Now what I have done, I've ordered some clips off Amazon because I did a job on the Cub where I didn't have to take the carb off, but I had to take it was when I was doing the fuel filter, and I didn't have any clips. So I've ordered some. They've arrived. They're way too big, so they're going back. Anyway, so I've drained the fuel already. I've loosened the clips on the air intake pipe bit there, which is a real pain actually. That's really stiff and hard to get off. So I'm going to take the slide out, take the slide off, and then disconnect the carb and take it from there. So right, let's get on with it. Right, I hope you can see this okay. I'm using my little SJ Cam SJ11 Active for all workshop work now because I can fasten it on the tripod. The GoPro, it doesn't do that. You need a special attachment. So let's get cracking. Let's take the slide out, sorry. Pull up the spring. Oop. There we go, that's the spring. You do get a new spring with a new carb. Just need to take the cable out. So there we go. Good movement on the throttle cable, that's fine. I say we get a new top on the carb, but we'll do that later. Right, let's whip the carb out. It's a very awkward on the CT with these 10mm bolts, it is quite awkward. There's not a huge amount of room to get that side off, if that makes sense. You're quite restricted in space, but we shall struggle on as best we can. This off, pull the carb out gently. Got that off, that was a bit of a pain. Fell down on there. Right, a little bit of fuel coming from the reserve. That's why I want one of those, some clips. Right, so there's the carb off. As you can see, or not see, it's very, very similar. The only difference being really is this has got like a little sediment bowl on the bottom of the fuel tap, whereas the original one doesn't. Okay, let's start putting a few things back on. Yeah, really nice piece of kit, this carb. Hopefully it's going to sort out the issue. There's a new spring. Get the new slide out. There's the new slide. Put that on the seat. Get the new cable in. Get the new cable in. Thread the cable in through the new cap. There's the new slide in. And there you go. New slide fitted. Easy as that. Righty-ho. Let's get this bad boy on. Just need to put the little heat seal gasket on. Right, let's get the new carby on now, mate. Get him in the air boot. Now this carb comes with nuts already preloaded into the body, so you don't need the two 10mm nuts which come off the original because they're already in here, which makes life a lot bloody easier, to be honest, because you don't need two spanners, they just bolt straight on. Bloody good design, that. All right, that's the carb insecure. That's okay. That's the carb on and tightened up. Much easier with that design. Much easier. Right then, let's get the new slide in. I hope you can see this all right. Tighten that up. Okay, that's that. Lovely. I'll just put the clip back on. Oh, just broken that. So we'll get a cable tie for that. Good old J-Mart for all your mechanical needs. Okay, one isn't long enough, so I'm just going to join two together. Get it round the throttle cable and the electrics there. Snip, snip. Lovely. Okay, we've just got the breather tubes from the carb coming down. Make sure there's no kinks in there. That's all lovely going down. This one is going to go down through there behind the fuel pipes. Main fuel pipe on. Reserve fuel pipe on. Breathers down and out. Excellent. Right, just need to put the clips on the airbox now. The rear. This is quite rigid plastic on the airbox. Using my JIS screwdriver set. One round the carby inlet. Carby. You've got to talk with a Australia twang when you ride these bikes, mate. Even though this is Japanese home market, still a postie. It's a good investment if you've not got them to get the JIS bits screwdriver set. Right, so we've got that on. We've got the slide in, got that on. That's all fastened up. Pipes are on. I'm not touching the jetting. I'm leaving that as standard because generally that is set up as per. So we should be okay. So I'm just going to put a bit of fuel in and then we'll take it from there. fuel off. We're all good to go. Right, let's pop some fuel in. I'll take my packing out from behind the seat, which is comfy when you go for long rides because you don't get that gap. Right, there's a bit of stuff down there which potentially could block the fuel pipe, so I'm going to use 2 screwdrivers to try and pick it up and pull it out. It looks like a bit of fluff or something, so I'll report back in a minute, hopefully when I'm successful. Right, 2 screwdrivers was proving awkward, so I'm going to try a bit of masking tape secured on the back of the screwdriver in the hope. Now I can just see it in there. What the bloody hell is it? Right, let's try another go. Right, I got it. It went back to the double screwdriver, and it's... I'm not quite sure what that is, but that could potentially have gone over the fuel pipe, well, the reserve fuel pipe. And, yeah, anyway. And I've just noticed how shallow or high up the main fuel inlet is. I'd have cut about 2 centimetres off that to give me a bit more range. Anyway, right, I'm happy that's done. Let's get the fuel in. Right, looking at that, I'm going to have to put him on reserve because that's below the main fuel inlet pipe. Okay, so on is up. Let's go for reserve and let's go for some kickage. Right, let's give it a go. Hopefully it should be fine. It should tick over lovely. So I'm not going to alter the jets, the idle screws and all that good stuff. We'll just see what happens. Right then, let's give him a go. On, not full choke, little bit of choke. We're on reserve. Come on, let's go. Come on, CT. Hey! Choke off. Oh, listen to that. That is wonderful. And that's what it should be doing. Absolutely brilliant. Very, very, very happy. Hey! Right, brilliant. Purring away as it should. Wonderful. Absolutely superb. Very happy. So there it is, the new Carby. £22. I'll put a link in the show notes so you can see what I bought. Yeah, all good. Brilliant. Yeah, I'm hoping to go on another adventure on the CT. Again, it all hangs on work. If I get any cancellations, if I do, I've got an idea in my head. I've actually got it planned on memory map. So if I get a cancellation, it's not going to be in October. I'm fully booked up doing stuff. But if I get a cancellation in November, last minute, I'm all primed, ready to go. So fingers crossed. And it's going to be on the CT again. And I'm probably going to go down my favourite area to somewhere where I've never been before. Right then, I'm going to tidy up. Happy. Right, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, drop a comment. Until the next random content, which is going to be me at Fod of Dean on the Rise Andy Boy, doing a bit of the bumpy, twisty, going downhill stuff. Happy. Oh, dream. In a bit, peeps.